Lafayette Parish's August 2022 market report. We've got some good news for you. Run it on in. If you watch the news, there's a lot of crazy things going on, and I feel that there's a whole bunch of negative stuff out there. But we want to go and jump in. And one of the reasons I wanted to go jump in, I was waiting for the consumer price index report for August, which came out yesterday. We're going to jump on that in just a few. But jumping into Lafayette closed sale units, we had 350 closed sales compared to 444. That is 21.1% decrease from August over August, down 11.4% compared to year over year. So January 1 all the way through the end of August, roughly 11.4% decrease in the total number of units. Are we surprised? Not at all. Between the rise in interest rates as well as decrease in inventory that we've been seeing for quite some time, not so surprising. What is surprising, looking at 2019, our last normal year, we're at a 28% increase in the total number of units. So, while we're still not in a spot where we're getting multiple offers every time you went out to go take a look at things. You're actually having a chance to be able to go in, sleep on it, and possibly, depending on the price range and where you're looking, get a chance to negotiate a little bit. So buyers, that's some good news. As far as sales are concerned, we've been fairly consistent over the last 3 consecutive months. We're ranging anywhere from 350 sales to 359 sales month after month, the last 3 months in a row. And what's also interesting, our dollar volume did the exact same. That's the combined total of everything that was sold throughout our Acadiana MLS. We had 109 million in this year compared to 118 million in August of last year. That's 7.5% decrease, which is almost 1% down from this time last year. So dollar volume is still, and it's showing up too because our average sales prices are, up in double digits again. Same thing with dollar volume. We've been staying within 108 million to 109 million month after month for the last 3 months. So it's staying fairly steady. So the trends that we look for to find out where the market's heading is we look at the total number of new listings that are coming on the market. That's actually down 11.7%. So while we're hearing all these negative numbers, that down 11.7%, we're still at a spot where we're not getting as much stuff to choose from as we did normally. Now, year to date, that number is down 10%. So while we see a decrease in the total number of sales, we also have a decrease in the total available homes that are on the market to purchase. Now, we look at the homes that are coming off the market, that is down 7% August over August. But the big surprise here was compared to July, it's up 26%. So we had a big spike in activity that popped up, which means moving forward onto closed sales, we should see, some improvement on what was going on there. Should we beat next month, September 2021's numbers? Maybe. And, at the end of the day, that's not super important. I don't feel that, going after and breaking record-breaking numbers after record-breaking numbers, it's not sustainable. And quite frankly, from affordability standpoint, it's not good for any consumer that's out there on the buy side. So when we're looking at year to date, those pending sales were down 18%. So the demand's down 18%, which sounds bad, but the supply's down 10%. So what we're looking at is a difference of 8%, which means we're actually getting a little bit more to choose from. Even though supply's down, we got 8% more homes to be able to choose from than we did this time last year, cumulative year to date. So like we talked about before on dollar volume, it's indicative of that average sales price going up. It is in fact up 287,000 compared to 256,000. That's an increase in 11.8%. Again, not surprising. We're still seeing things going and increasing in what we're hearing from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That is going to continue to go throughout the end of the year. Possibly not see single-digit appreciation until first or second quarter of next year. So available homes that are out for sale, for the first time in 3 years, we've actually got 2.8% more homes, 32 homes, more than we did in the month of August than we had to be able to choose from last year for a whopping 2.8% increase. So, is this indicative of a crash? No. we would need to see demand shoot way down and supply shoot way up month after month after month after month in order for something, in order for us to be able to see the crash. And the numbers just simply don't show that that's what's going on. As far as homes that are coming, staying on the market, our time on the market is actually down. We were 39 days on the market last year in August. This year we're 27 days on the market for August. So we're still seeing, it's very, very much so a seller's market. We're not at the tip top of the market like we were, and this is also not the time to be stretched to get the absolute tip top dollar, but you are still going to be way above what you were the last time, the last normal market, 2019, 2020. So what are interest rates doing? Well, like we talked about before, I was hanging tight to be able to get those consumer price index numbers for inflation specifically. Not so good report. The Dow took a real big beating, 3,100 points yesterday, and typically what follows, the Treasury bond hits, and that's what our fellow mortgage brokers and loan officers are looking for. Our interest rate on a 30 ticked up a little bit, went from 6 to about 6.25. No telling what's going to happen right here. It could hang tight. It could dip a little bit. It could be a quarter point, but 6.25 has been kind of the forecast of what we're hearing as of now. Patiently waiting. 15 years at 5.5%, and the government loans, your FHA, your VA, your rural development, those are also at 5.5%. So still pretty solid numbers right there. So if you are interested in getting an idea of what your equity position to look like, so move up buyers, if you've already bought your first home and you're about to move into your second one, chances are you should be able to reap the benefits of lack of inventory in that $200,000, $300,000 market. And if you're moving up, depending on what that move up price point is, there's a little bit more negotiating. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. So if you're interested in checking out what that what that inventory or what your home equity position is, I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call on my personal cell, 337-658-5690. You can shoot me a direct message here or shoot us an email, info@robbiebreaux.com. Thanks so much.